Ceasefire! Ceasefire, friendlies! I am Pat fucking Tillman, damn it! Shouted the former pro football player turned Army Ranger Pat Tillman as a hail of bullets pierced the darkening Afghani sky. Ceasefire, friendlies! I am Pat fucking Tillman! I am Pat fucking Tillman! Also, the fair use as it's a parody. If you don't have a sense of humor, go. Welcome. Is this my reality? Is this your reality?
The soldier who shot Pat admitted in his sworn statement that just before he delivered the fatal burst from about 35 meters away, that he saw his target waving hands, but he decided to pull the trigger anyway. Such an act is not an accident. It's a clear violation of the rules of engagement. Writing up a field hospital report stating that Pat was, quote, transferred to intensive care unit for continued CPR after most of his head had been taken off by multiple 5.56 rounds is not misleading. Stating that a giant rectangle bruise covering his chest that sits exactly where the armor plate that protects you from bullets is being, quote, consistent with paddle marks is not misleading. These are deliberate and calculated lies.
While on patrol in eastern Afghanistan at dusk on April 22nd, 2024, Pat Tillman and his men had to hit the dirt, trying to escape swarms of artillery fire coming from the valley below. Tillman detonated a smoke bomb, hoping to signal to his comrades that they were shooting at U.S. troops, known in military parlance as friendlies. The firing then stopped. After a moment, Tillman, probably assuming he'd been recognized, maybe he had been recognized, he stood up. Then another barrage of bullets rocketed across the dusty canyon. 3 of those bullets shattered Tillman's skull, ending his life. Support this channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, smash the notification bell. Otherwise, Bush and Cheney might come back for 2024. We don't want that, do we? Tillman was applauded by the military and government leaders for giving up a multi-million-dollar pro football contract to serve his country. He was America's best-known soldier, a California native. Tillman became the Pac-10 Defensive Player of the Year at Arizona State University and then went pro with the NFL's Arizona Cardinals. Kevin Tillman, Pat's brother, was part of the same 75th Ranger Regiment that Pat served. But get this, the soldiers in his unit didn't tell him how his brother died. The Rangers were ordered not to say a word about the actual circumstances of Pat's death. That makes me say what right there. Kevin said, quote, immediately after Pat's death, our family was told that he was shot in the head by the enemy in a fierce firefight outside of a narrow canyon. It was later admitted, and trust me, they were forced to admit that he was not killed by the enemy at all. Nope, but by friendly fire. But this is the part that bothers me. In fact, Tillman had 3 holes in his head, which were shot at a mere 10 yards away. That's 30 feet, people. Go outside, walk off 30 feet and take a look. Have your friends stand out there. You can make pretty good eye contact at 30 feet. All right, so he had 3 holes in his head from 30 feet away. His uniform, his daily journal, they burned them. You see, according to Tillman's brother, mother, father, and other family members, that's it, Tillman, like the hero he was, quickly became disillusioned when he saw what we were actually doing in Afghanistan versus what the public was being told, being sold at the time. And the problem with that is, Tillman, he simply could not be allowed by the war profiteers to return to the United States to protest the wars. Let's be honest, the Bush administration, the mainstream media, they used Tillman for everything he was worth when he sacrificed that lucrative pro football career to join the military. But they could not have him come home to badmouth the wars, which were making the bankers and the war machines filthy rich. Tillman was killed April 22, 2004. Now, the Bush administration knew that a devastating report about the crimes at Abu Ghraib prison in Iraq were going to be shown on 60 Minutes April 28, 2004. The murder of Tillman served two purposes. Of course, it kept him from coming back and denigrating the wars, because he was to come home in 4 weeks, I think, before his death. It also brought out the flag wavers and war lovers to deflect the bad PR about Abu Ghraib. Let's just ask why. Let's ask why witnesses were told to lie and change their testimony. Why was Tillman's uniform and personal journal burned? Why did the coroner and the medical examiner refuse to sign the autopsy report? Look, even if you don't believe that Pat Tillman could have been killed on purpose, like some people, like it's suspected by some, then how can you explain this elaborate cover-up? I don't know. If you ask me, I think maybe Pat Tillman realized we went to Afghanistan, we let bin Laden go, we're kind of watching the opium fields, we're really not doing what we said we were going to do. Maybe he was going to come back and kind of expose it to everybody, and maybe the people making a lot of money didn't like that. Maybe. I don't know. What say you? Leave a comment down below. Now let's get the fuck out of here before they come get us.
You know, my great-grandfather was at Pearl Harbor, and a lot of my family has given up, you know, has gone and fought in wars, and I really haven't done a damn thing as far as laying myself on the line like that, and so I have a great deal of respect for those that have and what the flag stands for.